The world controls only the mind that surrenders. What if the world only controls you because you keep giving it permission? Every day, people hand over their peace without even realizing it. A careless comment ruins their mood. A failure steals their confidence. Someone's opinion becomes more important than their own values. Little by little, they allow the outside world to decide how they feel. But the Stoics believed that true freedom begins when you stop giving that power away. Marcus Aurelius reminded himself that life would always bring difficult people, unexpected problems, and painful moments. He never expected the world to become easier. Instead, he trained his own mind to become stronger. He understood that no insult, rejection, or disappointment could harm a disciplined soul unless it was accepted from within. Real strength is not about controlling other people. It is about controlling yourself. When you master your thoughts, you become calm in chaos, confident in uncertainty, and peaceful in the middle of every storm. That quiet confidence is the mark of a man with sculpted grace, strong enough to endure, yet wise enough to remain humble. Ask yourself this simple question: who is controlling my mind today? The answer will shape every decision you make. The journey to becoming truly unbothered does not begin by changing the world. It begins by changing the way you respond to it. The moment you stop seeking approval, stop fearing criticism, and stop reacting to every distraction, you discover a freedom that no one can take away. That is where the Stoic path begins. Part 2. Discipline of emotional detachment. The greatest battle you will ever fight is not against the world. It is against your own emotions. Most people react before they think. A harsh word makes them angry. A small disappointment fills them with anxiety. Someone ignores them, and they begin questioning their worth. Their emotions become chains, pulling them in every direction. The Stoics refused to live this way. Epictetus taught that you cannot always control what happens to you, but you can always choose how you respond. That choice is where true power lives. Emotional detachment does not mean becoming cold, heartless, or uncaring. It means refusing to let temporary feelings control permanent decisions. A Stoic man pauses before he speaks. He breathes before he reacts. He understands that anger often lasts a few minutes, but the consequences of angry actions can last for years. He protects his peace because he knows it is more valuable than winning an argument or proving someone wrong. People will disappoint you. They will misunderstand your silence, question your intentions, and sometimes treat you unfairly. Do not let their behavior become the author of your character. Their actions belong to them. Your response belongs to you. Every time you choose patience over anger, calm over panic, and wisdom over impulse, you strengthen your mind. Slowly, you become the kind of person who cannot be easily shaken by praise or criticism. That is emotional freedom. And a man who has mastered his emotions has already won the battle that most people never realize they are fighting. The discipline of controlling perception. The world is not always the problem. Sometimes, the way you see the world is. Two people can face the same storm. One breaks under the pressure, while the other becomes stronger because of it. The difference is not the situation. It is perception. This is one of the greatest lessons in Stoic philosophy. Marcus Aurelius believed that your mind has the power to give meaning to every event. A setback can become an excuse to quit, or it can become the beginning of your greatest transformation. The choice is always yours. When something painful happens, do not immediately ask, "Why is this happening to me?" Instead, ask, "What is this trying to teach me?" That single question changes everything. It shifts your focus from suffering to growth, from fear to wisdom, and from helplessness to strength. Most people allow one bad moment to define their entire day. They carry one insult, one mistake, or one disappointment like a heavy burden. A Stoic does the opposite. He refuses to let a single event steal his peace. He sees every challenge as another opportunity to train his character. Remember this: life is not happening against you. Much of the time, it is shaping you. Every obstacle is preparing you for greater strength, patience, and self-control. The moment you change your perception, you change your experience. You stop seeing problems as enemies and begin seeing them as teachers. That is the quiet power of the Stoic mind: calm, disciplined, and impossible to defeat from the outside.
Discipline of accepting reality. One of the hardest truths to accept is this: life will never unfold exactly the way you planned. People will leave, opportunities will disappear, dreams may take longer than expected. No amount of anger, worry, or resistance can change what has already happened. Yet most people spend their lives fighting reality instead of accepting it. They suffer twice, first because of the event itself, and then because they refuse to let it be. The Stoics understood a different path. They knew that peace begins the moment you stop arguing with reality. Acceptance is not surrender. It is not giving up on your goals or becoming passive. It is recognizing the difference between what you can control and what you cannot. You cannot change yesterday, but you can shape today. You cannot control another person's choices, but you can control your own character. Seneca believed that much of human suffering comes from imagining life should always be easy. But storms are part of life. Loss is part of life. Failure is part of growth. The strongest man is not the one who avoids hardship. He is the one who walks through it without losing himself. Every challenge carries a lesson. Every setback carries an opportunity to become wiser, stronger, and more resilient. When you stop asking, "Why did this happen?" and begin asking, "How should I respond?" your life changes forever. The world may not become easier, but you become stronger. And once your mind accepts reality with courage and quiet confidence, nothing outside you can steal the peace you have built within.
The discipline of being misunderstood. One of the greatest signs of inner strength is becoming comfortable with being misunderstood. Most people spend their lives chasing approval. They change their words to please others. They hide their dreams to avoid criticism. They wear masks so they can fit into places where they never truly belonged. In the process, they lose the most important relationship they will ever have, the one with themselves. The Stoics chose a different path. Marcus Aurelius never lived to impress the crowd. He lived according to his values, knowing that people would judge him no matter what he did. If you speak, someone will criticize you. If you stay silent, someone will misunderstand you. If you succeed, some will envy you. If you fail, others will mock you. You cannot control how people see you, and you were never meant to. A man with true Stoic discipline does not waste his energy correcting every false opinion. He understands that people see you through the lens of their own experiences, fears, and beliefs, not through the truth of who you are. Let them misunderstand your silence. Let them question your journey. Let them doubt your potential. Your responsibility is not to convince everyone. Your responsibility is to become the person you were meant to be. Every moment you stop seeking approval, you reclaim a piece of your freedom. Every time you remain faithful to your principles instead of chasing acceptance, your character grows stronger. The strongest men are not those who are praised by everyone. They are the ones who remain true to themselves, even when no one understands them. That is the quiet courage of the Stoic path.
Discipline of silence. In a world where everyone is trying to be heard, the Stoic learns the power of silence. Most people believe strength is found in having the last word. They argue to prove they are right. They explain themselves to people who have already decided not to understand. They waste precious energy fighting battles that never needed to be fought. The Stoics knew better. Silence is not weakness. It is self-control. Epictetus once taught that we have 2 ears and 1 mouth for a reason: to listen more than we speak.
A wise man does not react to every insult or answer every accusation. He understands that not every opinion deserves a response, and not every conflict deserves his attention. When someone tries to provoke you, your silence can become your greatest victory. It shows that your peace is more valuable than your ego. It proves that your emotions are under your command, not under someone else's control. There is a quiet confidence in a man who does not need constant validation. He lets his actions speak louder than his words. While others seek attention, he seeks growth. While others chase arguments, he builds character. Remember this: every unnecessary word drains your energy. Every pointless argument steals your focus. Protect your mind by choosing your words carefully and your silence even more carefully. Speak when your words bring truth, wisdom, or kindness. Remain silent when your words would only feed anger, pride, or noise. A disciplined mind does not need to announce its strength. Like a mountain standing firm against the wind, it remains calm, steady, and unshaken. That is the silent power of the Stoic man.
Build an unshakable mind. Your mind is like a garden. If you do not choose what grows inside it, the world will plant fear, doubt, anger, and distraction for you. Every headline, every opinion, and every careless voice will compete for your attention. Slowly, without noticing, your peace begins to disappear. The Stoics believe that the mind must be trained every single day. Strength is not built in one moment of courage. It is built through small acts of discipline repeated over time. Marcus Aurelius began each morning by preparing his mind for whatever the day would bring. He did not hope for an easy life. He prepared for a meaningful one. You can do the same. Read words that make you wiser. Spend time in silence. Train your body. Reflect on your actions before you sleep. Ask yourself where you acted with courage and where you allowed emotion to take control. These simple habits slowly transform your character. Most people wait until life becomes difficult before they begin strengthening their minds. The Stoic prepares before the storm arrives. When challenges finally come, he is ready. Not because life became easier, but because he became stronger. Remember, your greatest investment is not money or status. It is the quality of your mind. An untrained mind follows every emotion. A disciplined mind chooses its direction. Guard your thoughts carefully, because the person you become tomorrow is shaped by the thoughts you allow to live inside you today.
Stop living for other people's opinions. One of the heaviest burdens a person can carry is the need to be liked by everyone. Many people spend their lives chasing approval. They change their personality to fit in. They stay silent when they should speak. They pretend to be someone they are not, hoping the world will accept them. But the truth is simple. No matter what you do, someone will criticize you. The Stoics understood this deeply. They knew that your worth cannot be measured by applause, followers, or compliments. Those things come and go like the wind. Character is what remains. Seneca warned that the person who depends on praise becomes a prisoner of opinion. The moment your happiness depends on what others think, you give them control over your life. Instead, seek something greater. Seek self-respect. When your actions match your values, you no longer need constant validation. You sleep peacefully because your conscience is clear. You walk confidently because your purpose is stronger than public opinion. People may misunderstand your choices. They may laugh at your discipline or question your silence. Let them. Their opinions belong to them. Your character belongs to you. The strongest man is not the one who receives the loudest applause. He is the one who remains faithful to his principles, even when nobody is watching. That is freedom. And freedom is far more valuable than approval.
True strength is quiet. The world often mistakes noise for power. It celebrates those who speak the loudest, show the most, and demand the most attention. But real strength has never needed an audience.
A river makes noise because it is shallow. The ocean remains calm because it is deep. The Stoic understands this difference. He does not feel the need to prove himself to everyone he meets. His confidence comes from discipline, not from attention. His peace comes from within, not from praise. When life becomes difficult, he does not panic. When people insult him, he does not lose control. When success arrives, he remains humble. His strength is steady because it is built on character rather than emotion. Think of a beautifully sculpted marble statue standing through centuries of storms. Rain falls, winds strike, seasons change. Yet it remains firm because its foundation is solid. Your mind should become like that. Let your patience be louder than your anger. Let your actions speak louder than your promises. Let your discipline become stronger than your excuses. People will eventually notice your strength, but by then, it will no longer matter whether they do or not. Because true power is never about being admired. It is about becoming the kind of person who cannot be broken by circumstances. That is the silent confidence every Stoic seeks.
The final lesson: become unbothered. The world will always be noisy. There will always be criticism, disappointment, temptation, and uncertainty. You cannot remove these things from life, but you can remove their power over your mind. This is the final lesson of Stoicism. Your peace is your responsibility. Every day, you have a choice. You can react to every insult or protect your energy. You can chase approval or remain loyal to your values. You can complain about the storm or become strong enough to walk through it with confidence. Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, and Epictetus all understood one timeless truth. The greatest victory is not over another person. It is over yourself. Master your emotions. Control your perception. Accept reality. Allow yourself to be misunderstood. Choose silence when silence is wiser. Build your mind every day. Stop living for other people's opinions. And let your strength remain quiet. When you live this way, something extraordinary happens. The world no longer controls you because you have stopped giving it permission. You become calm in chaos, steady in uncertainty, fearless in criticism, free in a world that tries to control everyone. So, beginning today, make one promise to yourself. Protect your peace. Guard your mind. Live with discipline. Walk with quiet confidence and sculpted grace. Because the strongest man is not the one who conquers the world. He is the one who conquers himself.